What's up, folks? Scruff here, and welcome back to Archon Center. And, well, a Windows update screwed me. For those of you who also record, careful, because Windows updates can and will screw with the mic setting in OBS and remove it. So you have to go in and put your mic back in OBS. And that did that, and I just lost 3 episodes. So, I've got the footage from all 3 episodes, just with no mic audio. By the way, I'm trying to remember exactly what the last one we had was we were finishing up the RGs, which meant we now also have our Thylas. Whoa, hello, lag. We have Dane and his sisters. So, and these are the colors I came up with. I finished breeding them and then bred some colors, bred some together for colors. I also found Ramsey a girlfriend, Ramona, and I'm just working on super dilos for maybe something later on. We also, we got Otto, who was somebody I found. No footage of actually getting him. I kind of stumbled across him while I was doing some stuff. But he's nice. Nice otter. Trying to find a female girlfriend for him. We have the gators are done. We have Wayland. And they are mutated, I want to say 4 health, 6 melee mutations. So we've got Wayland, Samson, Queenie, and Kelly. You can see them in action. These guys are... God, how many were they? 4 weight, 6 stamina, 5 health, and 7 or 8 melee mutations. If I want to say correctly, I guess there's a way to look at it. How many mutations do you guys have? Oh, yeah. So, 38 total. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, you can see 5 staminas, and that's a 4 weight, and then over here we got where is it? Yeah, that's the 5 staminas. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, health 5, melee 5. Yeah, so lots of mutations on those guys. And then we have also, since Kelly's my girlfriend, getting back and forth now. Sentry has been moved over here as a sentry. We also... Thanks, girl. We're breeding Basilos, which I will show you the footage I was getting. Boom. We've got the wild female. This is the wild male. He is gorgeous. I'll change his name. Wow. Talk about an orgasm. Sentries over there. We also have Andy the Angler. Yes, we do. Hi, buddy. You are not pretty. In any way, shape, or form. Sammy's over there. And we got Donkey. He's a pretty good donkey. I got him. Do I have his info? Because I don't think I've leveled it at all, right? No, I haven't leveled it at all. Hopefully I've written his stuff down. Just in case we get another female donkey. Because, I mean, for water dinos, they're freaking awesome. And on other maps, we could use some donkeys. We're currently breeding the Basilos. And I am looking, and that is not it. I am looking for You don't have it either. How is it you... What the heck is up with this? Where's the 474 coming from? That's not even a thing. I don't think so, right? 460. 482. I have no idea where 474 comes from. Don't tell me you have 474. No, you have 482. So yes, I have no idea where that's coming from. But we're working for Gen 1s on these guys. And then we will be running some mutations. It's just taking time. But on that note, I'm going to throw some footage up, which I'll narrate. And I'll show you guys what we're doing. We also did manage to get a nice tech Rex too, so and did some exploring. So I'm gonna roll the footage and the commentary, and I will see y'all next time. Or I'll see y'all in a bit for the closing. Alrighty, to get this started. You know what? It was time for us to get into the water, and I prepped my Sarcos, and it was time to take them out. We used Bullet because I can shoot from Bullet. I'm gonna find out you can shoot from Sarcos. I don't know why I didn't know that, but here's our first real test. Plesiosaurs are pretty decent. I mean, these are low levels, and of course they just boom. But look at those damage numbers. I'm very happy, and it took a while to get the Sarcos to where they were. It took forever. I swear to God, it felt like I was breeding for weeks, because actually I was. On and off, I was logging on, breeding for a couple hours, AFK, checking stuff. But in the long run, it's going to pay off, because now we don't ever have to breed Sarcos again. Now, I'm out and about, and looking, of course, for basilosaurs, because, when it comes down to deep water creatures, that's what I want. And I run across anglerfish, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I've ever actually successfully tamed an anglerfish. So I'm like, well, let's do this. And the problem you have with anglerfish, they travel in packs and they will screw with you. So I sent the Croc crew off to deal with them. And then that left us with our own little guy left. And nice 145. And I'm like, yeah, let's give this a shot. Taming these guys is a pain in the ass. Just an absolute pain in the ass. They're like bears in the fact that if you're not careful, you will kill them before. And look how close to death he is. You'll kill him before you tame him. And that's right here's where I realize, I forgot the kibble back on the boat. So off I go, get the kibble, come back, boom. We have an Andy. Hey, now we have a way of collecting pearls that is just going to be crazy. Now we need a female, because I would love bread. Now, here's where we're going after the basilos. This is the next day, and I decide, since we're in the shallows, I'm just taking the crocs, some of the crocs with me. And I just grabbed Samson and Queenie, and I find our first basilo just right off the bat. And I forgot. I mean, previously I was looking in the deep water, and basilos are shallow water creatures. So I get the attention, and then swim away. And let the crocs deal with those jackasses. I hate mantas, man. Oh, good God. They are a pain in the butt. They mess your shit up. And then it's time to tame us the basilosaur, which we all know is a Very slow process. Even though we're only actually going to need 3 kibble. I keep forgetting I have my dodo deck set for the server, which is 300. And boom, we get a wild female. Nice and easy. I mean, literally in the first, 7-8 minutes of the video. Boom, done, wild female. I then spend time running around, killing shit, and then we finally find this boy. Now, and not to mention, I love the colors, but ooh, yeah, I hate trying to. You don't want to hit the Baslo. It's the last thing you want to do. So you need to nail them, and that can be a pain in the butt. But clear these guys, and you should see I've been leveling up the Crocs, and Wayland is hitting like a Mack truck. Yeah. Get off me. Wayland's hitting like a Mack truck. So now it's time. I'm checking out some other stuff. I'm going to make sure we're not interrupted in any way, shape, or form. And this Baslo put me through the frickin' ringer. He went up, he went down, he just kept going everywhere. I thought he was going to dive deep. I was just like, great, now we're going to have to mess with plesiosaurs and mosasaurs and shit like that. But thankfully, it took a while. Again, 3 feeds. But boom, now we got our breeding pair. I was so happy. Because normally that's multiple freaking episodes. But while I've been looking around, I'd noticed there was a donkey in the area that was of decent level. And after my Ragnarok playthrough, donkeys, they're the Ankies of the sea, man. The Ankies and Doties of the sea. And they're not that hard to get. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they changed the AI on them or what. But you can pound the crap out of them. And they don't mess with you. This guy, who I named Donkey, he never came after me once. And you can net them too, which I did do with him. Or no. Or I couldn't net him. No, I couldn't net him. But boom, I mean, knocked him out. Took forever, and you see he took a beating, which is interesting because they get damage reduction, but it also torpor reduction. So you gotta beat the hell out of him to get him down. But eventually, and I love the colors on his head. He's just awesome. But eventually, boom, he's gonna pop up. I'm not quite sure what I did here and why we're sitting there, and apparently screwed up editing. Oh, I was verifying. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I was verifying. So, but, yep, we're going to have ourselves a donkey, which, I mean, this is an awesome start to us in the water. I mean, we're good. I mean, we've got the Basilosaurs. We've got our protection team, Wayland and his crew. So, boom. We're good. So there we go. There's our donkey. I love him. Now, remember a while back when I was looking for dung beetles, I'm checking around, we spotted that Rex. So here we go, 168 Tech Rex. He's not in the greatest of spots. It took me a couple minutes. I'm like, what the hell? Where the hell am I going to trap this guy? Because I need to be able to get to a place that he can't get up to, but that I can get him into. So, finally figured, like, no, I'm not taking him up the ramp. That would be stupid. But clear out some of the trees, which, side note, those trees give you charcoal. So, if you need charcoal, head over to the volcanic island and hit those trees. They'll do you kindly. Now, this spot right here is perfect. So I'm like, all right, let's get set up. You know, pretty easy. I mean, this is one of the best ways to do, you know, to deal with this situation. And this island's a little spooky. Yeah, it's a little spooky. But this type of trap is gold when it comes down to this stuff. There you go. Definitely want to make sure that you have no very little areas for things to sneak in, because a saber-tooth will come in on you. I've had that happen a couple times. So then it's just get his attention. Come on. Yeah. He's not very good, but he doesn't have to be. And you know, he's a Rex, so he's in the lava because he's stupid. You know, because he's a Rex. Amazingly enough, he had killed everything else in the area, so he didn't have the, oh look, a squirrel thing that they normally get. Get him in. Take some damage. Phoenix can take it. It's all good. Bada boom. And he's in the trap. Now, this guy took some darts, man. He took some darts, but I brought some heavy ammo with me. We still need to find a better rifle. Desperately, desperately need a better rifle. Yeah, I took some lag right there, and I was like, that's not good. So, but he's in. Yeah, but, I mean, if we can get another Tech Rex, then that'll make it so much easier when we go up against the double. Now, see, the problem we have is that we're going to have to fight both of them at the same time. So, and we're not defeating the Megapithecus with Megatherium. It ain't happening. Fine against the Broodmother. Extra damage against the Broodmother. But for the Megapithecus, we're going to need Rexes. And we're going to need powerful Rexes. Rexes with a shit ton of health. I'm going to have to be using healing brews on these guys, probably. And I'm going to need to probably... We're going to need a pig. We're going to need a Yudi. And then 18 Rexes. And I'm going to need a shit ton of food on the pig. And I'm going to need a shit ton of healing brews and stuff like that, because we are going to need to kill, you know, we need to kill one and then kill the other. I don't know who to go with first. I'm thinking, honestly, the Megapithecus should be the easiest of the two, which will give us less downtime. But I'm also unsure of... I haven't watched that boss fight yet, because if that's the case, then we're going to want to go down and figure out where the Megapithecus is going to be first, and then go deal with him without aggroing the freaking Broodmother. So, and here he is. He's getting ready to stand up. Come on, big boy. Eat that last little bit. And I had the perfect name for him. I mean, he's a Tech Rex. So, come on, get up, big boy. Side note. Alrighty. Flank. Hey. Works. It's awesome. Side note I will get to here in a second. Because... And his stats are pretty good. His stats are pretty good. So, this little bit here, I decided to make some wingsuits. And to do that, I need blue gems. And the grinder will allow you to make conversions. And that is the conversion to make 25 blue gems. It's 625 royal, cyan, and navy dyes, and then 2,500 blue dyes to make 25 blue gems, and then you also need 25 crystal. So yeah, it's insane. So it takes a bunch of work and a bunch of time to do this. I want to make climbing picks before we go into the caves, because we're gonna need some, and that's gonna take some green. So I need actually to take out Angelo again and flip and get some more berries, because doing blue wiped me out. I can't do green. But yeah, so at this point, it's nice. We get a wingsuit, which is just going to save our bacon. I mean, it's going to come in so freaking handy. I mean, they allow you to learn the engram. Although if it wasn't for S+, wouldn't be able to make it. So now we're out searching for Rexes. And it's not great. I'm hoping for a Tech Rex, obviously. Love to be able to do a Tech Rex army. Like I said, that bonus on everything will make our lives so nice. There is some decent aloes up there, though, that we might go back for. And oh yeah, so with the Rexes inside here, yeah, we need to. Like I said, I gotta watch somebody do the fights, and just to see. I mean, part of me wants to go in blind, and just do it, and then we figure it out, and, you know. But we're gonna need some super bred pigs, who I'm gonna have to load down with freaking food. So I'm gonna have to load them down with weight. I'm gonna have to level freaking health, weight, and damn food, so they can heal like a son. But yeah, that's what we're gonna need to do to get that done. But and like I said, we also need UVs. So we're coming to the end, and I done some research, and yeah, the caves are interesting. But I'm plunging around looking for Rexes, and then I noticed that big, huge gaggle of Argies. And I'm like, what do you call a group of Argies? You know, is it a flock? I mean, because a group of crows is a murder. A group of ravens is an unkindness. Vultures, as we've discussed before, if they're just sitting there, is a committee. And if they're actively eating a corpse, they're a wake, which is just twisted. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, what is a group of Argies called? What would you call a large group of Argies? And honestly, what I came up with? A chaos. If you've ever watched, you know, the Argies in a large scrum, as it were, to use some, oh good God, what is that? Scrum. Okay, I can't think of the name of what that sport is. All my European friends are yelling at me right now. You know, it's chaos. It's a complete and utter chaos. So I think, in my mind, that we should call a flock of Argies a chaos. I mean, because that's what they are. It's chaos. So, yeah. And trying to find a decent Rex, especially trying to find another Tech Rex, is going to be a PETA. I mean, we have an okay Rex. We have a female who's... Oh, God, what was she? She was a 135, I think. So she's like a 209. But we need some better. I want to do I don't want to just get one breeding pair. I want to get a few females, so we can get all the best stats. And because for the Rexes, we're gonna want, we're gonna want health and melee, and we're gonna want to send that health through the roof. We also need to find a saddle that is halfway decent, because that's gonna make a big difference. Yeah, unfortunately, all the Rexes that I have found thus far here, I just crap. I don't remember if the center was weighted heavier for levels or not, like kind of like Rag. I think Rag was the first one that did that. So, which is why we primarily see lower levels. The other thing I do need to do is come back over and look for another Inky and Dodie. We're gonna want that to bring with us when we move on, so we're not bringing actually Bam Bam and Pebbles, and bred ones. I mean, at a minimum, they at least get the faster movement speed, and they don't have to be super bred. They just just get some Gen 1s, get the best stats on them, bada boom, and Bob's your uncle. The top part of this thing is always so freaking crazy, and right about there is where I realized, like, oh crap, stamina is not doing well. Time to take a break. But yeah, so hunting down Rexes, I mean, that's where we're at right now. We're getting ready to do all the caves. Some of them are pretty interesting, and I need to do a little bit more looking about, but we got our cave cruise, we got the Sarcos for any water, we got Basilos if we need it. I don't know what underwater caves there are, and I figure the Sarcos would probably be, I don't know, it could be 6 of one, half dozen of the other. The Sarcos, I mean, if they're going to be piranhas, the Sarcos are the ones to bring, because the piranhas just don't even screw with you. They just leave you the hell alone. I do remember after watching some Neebs Gaming that the ice caves are brutal. In with flipping the Yetis and all this other shit. But they are big enough to bring a Rex into, so that might be something we want to do. Which is another reason for us to get Rexes, because if that's the case, then I'm going to want to at least breed a Gen 1 Rex and use that as a personal mount for dealing with those caves. Because most of the critters in there won't even screw with me. They won't screw with me at all. They'll just, boom. I think it's just the Yetis will mess with you. Everybody else will just leave you alone. And that is just, makes life so much easier. We can take the, oh yeah. And this is where we find our next target. Oh yeah. Yep, I'm looking at those guys. They're crap. I've already spotted the Quets. Quets is our next target. As you'll hear me saying the close. But yeah, so some of the caves we might want to take Rexes into. It might just make our lives that much easier. And then, yeah, they're all crap level. I mean, the Thylas will make it, but it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a slog. And some of them, I don't. And some of the, I'm not going to clear some of them, but I know those ice caves are going to be freaking brutal. And I don't know if they've got Perlovia in them or not. And I'd rather be on a Rex where they can't knock my ass off. So I'm thinking we're going to want to breed a Rex or two specifically for caving. And like I said, we just need a Gen 1. We don't need to super... I mean, we'll just get whatever we get while we're, prepping for the breeding. So that's our next big thing. Outside of the fact that there's that Quetzal. And he's kind of pretty. And we could use a bread Quetzal. I mean, that could come in handy later on down the line as we move on to other maps. Having a bread Quetzal would be advantageous, to say the least. I mean, have a sky base, just park it wherever. So, yeah. And on that note, I'm going to let you get back to my past self for the close. Hope you all enjoyed. Alrighty, I hope you enjoyed all that. And, so, we got a lot done. Had some fun, too. Running through the water, that was fun. And then, of course, exploring over, well, hunting Rexes was fun, too. Anyway, I'm ready to move on to the next thing, which we did see that Quetzal. So next episode, I think we're going after Quetz. So, alrighty, folks, this is Corp signing out. Bye now.